Damn, he said he'll shove his dick down his throat.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Whoa. That was uncalled for. I don't think we need this on our podcast anymore. You're out. No, I'm just kidding. All right.
That's a little bit of dick shoving in between friends.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Anime Club After Dark, the podcast that delves into all things anime, manga, and otaku culture related. I'm your host, Alex, but you can call me Senpai, and joining me tonight, I have our Wizard of Wait What, Shinoda.
Ohayo gozaimasu!
Oh, Jesus Christ, that was so loud in my ears. And our Chivalry of Shotas is Shotaro.
I'm munching on biscotti.
Oh, is that a euphemism?
If you want it to be.
All right, so tonight we are going to be talking about the upcoming winter 2019 season. Yes, it is hard to believe that 2018 is almost gone and over with. So it is time for us to come around to our winter 2019 preview. So let's just jump right into it. So we're going to do this like we've been doing it before. We're going to have an in-depth portion and a rapid-fire portion. And I am going to start off my in-depth portion with the first show I want to talk about is a show that I think is safe to say has been really hyped, and I'm about to get excoriated for this by show, so lay it into me. But the first thing I want to talk about tonight is an upcoming anime called The Promised Neverland. Now, I want to make it very clear, I have never read the manga that this is based off of. I know very little about the manga that it's based off of. In fact, I know almost nothing about the manga that it's based off of. I know almost nothing about the story. I know almost nothing about really anything about this show except for what I have seen from the synopses that I've read and the previews that I've seen so far. That being said, I do want to talk about this just a little bit because it is being so hyped up by people who clearly have read the manga and know what to expect. So, hold on, show. I know you're ready. But I do want to get into what it's about. So apparently, The Promised Neverland is about a group of orphans that live in an orphanage who know, I guess, nothing about the outside world around the orphanage. And that's it. That's all I know.
Okay, so
There's like 2 paragraphs of text in the synopsis, and then Alex summarizes it with like 5 words.
I mean, it basically says they're orphans that are treated well, and then it's like there's a dark truth outside the world they're forbidden from seeing. It's like, okay, it's mostly children in this.
You're into that?
Oh my god. I will say though, from the couple of previews that have been released thus far for this anime, I noticed that every single child in this orphanage seems to have a number either tattooed or branded into their neck. That seems slightly prisonish, if I may say so. So maybe that's part of the story. Again, I don't know.
Can we talk about... Oh, wait. Are you finished with your synopsis? Are you gonna keep
Pretty
going?
much.
I just want to talk about how you thought the main character was a boy, even though
Okay,
she's
Jesus
wearing
Christ.
a skirt, like, at the center of the poster on my anime list.
And
okay, so basically
in this day and age, how does that matter?
That's the only way you can tell an anime character is a girl or boy. Like, if they're wearing a skirt, they're a girl or presenting as a girl. That's the only way, honestly. And if they're wearing pants, then they're a boy or presenting as a boy.
What if they're wearing neither?
Then they're
Then you're watching a hentai.
genderqueer.
No,
What do
then
you
you're
mean?
watching a hentai.
Oh, you're so funny.
I thought it was good.
It was pretty good. Well, I have heard about the manga that this is based off of. I've been meaning to read it for a while, but it's just slipped away. And I assume that it's like really dark and mysterious. Even though it is tagged as a shonen, which makes me very suspicious. Because
yeah, me too.
I want like a horror mystery psychological out of this. I don't really want like a battle shonen out of this.
Would you be totally disappointed if it was that sort of psychological horror or mystery thing with like a shonen veneer?
What's a veneer?
Like just like sort of the trappings of shonen, but not necessarily really shonen. Like it has like the power of friendship, but it's like at the heart of it, it's like this psychological horror mystery.
No, they don't mesh. It's either one or the other. If you start importing elements of shonen, I'm done.
I will say, and I think you kind of agreed with me just by watching the previews. Like, it doesn't seem like it's going to necessarily start out as a typical shonen, but I think, and you mentioned this, like, it could very easily become one.
Yeah, what makes me think that it could become one is something that they said in the synopsis. Mysterious race of demons. This is what makes me suspicious, because that could easily turn into like, okay, we're gonna fight this demon lord and then this demon lord and then like, oh, you know, power up, blah blah blah. It's gonna be boring, which is not really what I
like
want.
A monster
from this.
of the week kind of thing.
Yeah, that's not what I want from this. I want to say that this reminds me a lot of oh god, now I forgot what the name of that show is.
It's hell getting old, isn't it?
Oh, shut up. Okay, actually, I have to look this up because I have no idea what it is. It's some stupid ass name. Talk a bit about this while I figure it out.
Shinoda, you got anything to say about Promise Neverland?
Yeah. So I'm basically in the same boat as you, Alex. I basically don't know jack shit about this except for like the synopsis that I read, and I have to say, I'm looking forward to the thoughts of these kids getting fucked over. I'm just very excited about that. I'm hoping it'll be some trauma. Hopefully someone will get experimented on a couple times, and yeah, just general fuckery. I'm very much looking forward to that.
I will say that this is being done by Cloverworks, not White Fox, so don't expect constant suffering.
I don't need it to be constant. I just need it to happen.
Yeah, so this reminds me of From the New World, which I hate that title because I can never remember it because it's so like generic. But yeah, because in From the New World, which is a really good show and you should definitely watch it, there's these children that are raised in this like perfect society, and then they start learning about they start seeing the cracks in their society, and then they like realize that there's a whole dark world outside of the place they live in, so it's kind of like a dystopia kind of thing, and that's what I'm really wanting from Neverland, but I might be making my hopes too high because From the New World is really, really good, and
I will say that one of the tags it does have for Promise Neverland is dystopian, so...
Really?
Yes.
On any list?
Yes.
I see, because I'm like, dystopian is not a tag on Mal, and like, who uses other sites than Mal? Oh my god.
I'd like to say I used both to compile this. So.
Oh my god, you're not a brand loyal weeb.
Nope.
Despicable.
Same.
Nope.
Wow. I also wanted to say that even though it's shonen, like, you know, Death Note is also shonen, so
yeah, technically
it might break the mold, but I hope it breaks the mold, but I am skeptical.
I will say, if it's shonen in the same way that Death Note is shonen, I can live with that.
Yeah, that'd be fine, because you can have different types of shonen, which is actually really great when it's different, but it's so rare.
I think what both myself and Sho are most concerned about is the fact that it can become a very generic shonen.
That's the terrifying thought.
I know. All right, well, shall we move on?
Yes.
Yep.
Well, I do want to say one thing. So I will watch this show. I don't know if I will end up finishing this show, but seeing as how it's done by Cloverworks, all I can say is it's got to be better than Bunny Girl Senpai. All right, moving on.
The salt.
Wow. Okay.
I hate that show. I
Okay.
want to drop it so bad, but it's like, no, I'm force feeding myself this at this point. Anyway, move on. Chinoda, what do you got?
Mob! 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 Can anyone take a guess what I'm looking forward to? Or
One
what I
Punch
want to
Man.
do? Both things are pretty similar. So, Mob Psycho Season 2 is finally here! After so many years! I've watched people grow up! I've watched people die!
Whoa. So many years. I had to wait 2.5 years for JoJo's Part 5. Fuck you.
I'm exaggerating, calm down. It hasn't been horribly long. At least I don't think so.
You don't even remember.
I really don't. I just remember it's been a generic amount of years since the last season.
Generic
Time
amount of
has
years.
passed.
Pretty much.
That seems like something John Mulaney would say in one of his routines. A generic number of years passed. Anyway,
I have no clue who the fuck Don Mulaney is, but okay, I'll take your word for it.
it's a comedian. Moving on.
Okay. So, Mob Psycho Season 2, it's finally here. It's gonna be great. I already know it. The writing's awesome. Animation's gonna be great as usual. It's just, the whole package is there. And I'm just waiting for it at this point. It is all I need. It is honestly, of everything next season, that is the one thing I'm looking forward to the most. Like, that is my number one hype. Everything else can go suck it.
Whoa.
That's how much I love it.
Oh my god. You haven't watched the first season of Mob, have you, Alex?
Nope, and I have no plans to.
You didn't even like One Punch Man, did you?
Okay, I have conflicting thoughts about One Punch Man.
How so?
Like I loved the first half of it, but then after this first half, I got bored. Like I legitimately got bored with One
Wait,
Punch Man.
what? I didn't know there was a shift. Isn't it all the same? What's the difference?
That's the point.
Oh, you just
it got very
tired.
it got very repetitive and boring. It's like
Okay.
I want some actual like conflict here. There's no conflict in One Punch Man.
There is,
Okay.
but it's with the other characters is the thing.
No.
And I don't care about the other characters. I
But
only
that's who
care
you're
about
supposed
Saitama.
to care about. Because it's not like you're supposed to care about Saitama, except for his occasional struggles of him being bored, which is...
Which is very much how I felt about the second half of One Punch Man. It's like,
Wait.
is anything gonna happen to like challenge this person?
What conflict are you talking about, Shinoda? I don't. What side characters had conflicts? Anyways, I agree with Alex that there's no conflict, but that's fine.
I mean, like stylistically, I liked One Punch Man. Like, especially, I love the animation, but I kind of got really bored with it. And then I found out that Mob Psycho was made by the same person. I'm like, why risk it?
I guess. I think One Punch Man is one of the best animated anime in general, and
You're talking about just the animation quality, right?
yeah.
I would actually agree with that. Like visually, it's very impressive.
And Mob Psycho is very stylistic. It has a very unique animation style. So it's worth watching just for that. And the second season, looking at the trailer, the animation looks like it's going to be just as good as the first season. So that's pretty good. But I was only lukewarm about Mob Psycho, so I don't really. I'll watch the second season, but I'm not looking forward to it that much.
Okay, fair
All
enough.
right then. Is that it? Okay, moving on.
Wow.
Show.
Okay, Kaguya-sama, Love is War. Oh god, what is this even about?
I was
Oh.
actually kind of intrigued about this. I'm really wanting you to sell this to me now.
Oh my god. So the poster for the manga looks on my anime list looks like a character from Kakegurui, which immediately I already am like sold. But the poster for the anime is like very cutesy, which is whatever. I do like the character designs first off because it's like well polished. It's not cheap, so that's one good thing. But the main plot about this is that I think they're in high school, and the guy is a genius, and he's at the top of his class, or the top of the entire country, I think, in academics. And then the girl is just rich and pretty, I think. This is all I'm getting from the synopsis. Like, I haven't read the original manga. I don't know these facts. This is what I understand from the Mal synopsis.
I would like to point out that before we started recording, I got yelled at for wanting to watch The Promised Neverland without having any knowledge of the source material.
Well, at least I'm aware. Well, actually, I don't know. But I told you before this started recording that it's a case by case thing. I think The Promised Neverland the manga is very popular in the West, and I think that like it only makes. I don't understand why you would watch The Promised Neverland if you are not aware of the manga, because the manga is so popular. It's just like saying, like, it's just like One Punch Man. It's like, why would you watch One Punch Man if you are not a fan of the manga? Well, it's not just like that. Anyways, this is so off topic. I have a problem with Alex liking The Promised Neverland because he's not aware of the manga. But we won't go into this because this is so off topic. Back to Kaguya-sama. So the guy is a genius, the girl is pretty and rich, and they're both like the top, like the king and queen of their school or whatever. And they both have like egos the size of Mount Everest, and they both like each other. So the entire point of the show is that
love is war.
No, shut up. That each person wants to make the other one confess to them first. That is the entire plot, and then it's just like slice of life. Psychological.
That is the makings of the worst kind of romance you can ever imagine.
You know what?
This sounds incredibly cute, and I'm looking forward to it.
Oh my god.
No, I meant IRL. Like, this would not work IRL.
Oh no, God no.
No, it's
That's
not.
So
it's
stupid.
very. It's a very theatrical. This wouldn't work. Well, like a lot of the Dare's archetypes of romance wouldn't work IRL, but I think it'll be really entertaining, and it reminds me a lot of Takagi-san. I don't know the full name. What is that?
Skilled Teaser Takagi-san.
Yes. Okay, that one. It reminds me a lot of that, where like she was teasing the guy the entire time. This is kind of like that. I assume. I hope. But like
high school instead of middle school.
Oh, whatever. I can't even tell with these anime bitches. But but this one, they're gonna be teasing each other, and I think that will be fun. Hopefully.
I want to use that excuse one day. Obviously, I didn't know. I couldn't tell the difference between these bitches.
I mean, they're both illegal.
You make a fair point.
Oh, Alex, doesn't matter if you can't tell the difference. They're both. You're both gonna land you in jail.
I did not think this through.
Remember, kids, it's only 2D. That's okay.
Oh man. Oh god.
Did not think this through.
Oh, how did we get here? Okay, and is anyone else looking forward to this show? Or has heard of it?
I actually am kind of looking forward to this, mostly because it's a lot for the reason that you said that it seems like it's going to be like Skilled Teaser Takagi-san, and I really, really like that show from 2018. So,
Yep.
I might
Hopefully
check
it
it
is.
out. It depends on if I hear good stuff from it after a couple of episodes.
all right, fair enough. So I'll move on and I'll talk about my next one. And that is a show called Domestic Girlfriend, or as I will call it from now on, Shit Gets Fucked Up, the anime. So, I want to throw this out there for you. So, there is a high schooler, because obviously any romance has to take place in a high school, who is in love with his teacher. You can see the problem already. So, one day he goes to like this sort of we call it a mixer, but I don't know. It used to, that's such an old term. A party. We'll call it a party. And he meets a girl, and he ends up sleeping with her. All right? Follow me now. And then, like, the very next day, his father announces that he's getting remarried, because he's a single father, to a woman who has 2 daughters. And one of them is his teacher, and the other one is the girl he slept with.
Hold the fuck up. What?
Yes. This Woo boy.
It's like hot trash.
This
Yeah,
sounds,
seriously, that's what it sounds like. Good God.
this sounds okay. I want to point this out. This seems to be a sort of a trope in not just anime but Japanese media in general. Who the fuck? What kind of a single parent would get remarried without ever introducing their child or their children to the person they're gonna end up getting married to?
Yeah,
That's what I don't understand.
I've never heard of that ever being done. I wonder if it.
But
I
yet,
seriously wonder
I've
if it's
seen
real or not. Cause, like,
I've
the
seen
fuck.
it so many times in like like this thing. Same thing happens in Citrus. It's like, what the fuck? Like, why would you do this to your children? It's something. It's something that's always bothered me about how certain like love triangle romances start, and it's like why does this happen? Anyway, rant over with that. This is this whole anime seems like it's gonna be one clusterfuck after another. I am going to watch this for the single reason is like I kind of want to see how far this rabbit hole goes down. So it's more about a morbid curiosity thing for me as to why I'm watching it.
In comparison to Kaguya-sama, this show's character designs are also hot garbage.
Yeah.
That's like a large reason why I'm not watching this. I just like as soon as I saw the people in the trailer, I'm just like, you look like the artist was depressed when you were drawing this. Like the artist
there
just
might be
didn't
some
want
truth
to
to
finish
that.
his work. I'm like, I don't want to. I can't.
Actually, you know what it looks like? It looks like half of the line art was done by one person and the other half by someone else.
Probably.
Cause like the face is like it's almost like they got like paws or something. It's like it looks different. It's like I don't know what's going on with you.
Sad.
Anyway, yeah, this show. I mean, there's a part of me that says that if this didn't have the like sort of, it seems like it's gonna be a romantic comedy with a love triangle twist to it. And if it wasn't that, I would think, well, maybe they could do this as like a straight up drama and make it like Kakegurui. Or not Kakegurui. Jesus. I was reading that. It's on the screen right now. Jesus. Not Kakegurui. Scum's Wish. And they could make it like
Ooh.
Scum's Wish. And it's like, yeah, they could do that. And they could probably very easily do that with how they've set this up. But no, they won't. Because they'll probably make it a comedy because it's a love triangle.
Is it a comedy?
It's not explicitly tagged with a comedy tag. It's tagged with romance and drama. But after watching the preview, I'm like, I really don't think there's going to be much drama in this.
Doesn't
Why?
have that feel of drama.
Your teacher is your sister-in-law, and so is your
Person you had a one-night stand with.
Sure.
Yeah,
God, what would
whatever.
you even do in a situation like that? Would you just like
I would be
pull
very
your dad
angry
aside
with
and
my.
be like, "Yo, I fucked her last night, so."
I gotta be, whoa. No, I wouldn't do that. I would, however, be very angry with my father for doing this to me. Just throwing that out
Wait,
there.
why? But you'd like you can't just be like, I'm angry at you. You have to say why.
Yeah, I'm angry. You never told me that you were you had
Wow.
met someone and you were getting married. That's
Such
like,
an
hello.
angsty teen.
I don't know, I'd be even if this happened today with my parents at my age, I'd still be like, what the fuck?
Wait, actually, I just realized I do know someone that's been done something similar to. My roommate's brother actually announced just like one day out of the random, "Oh yeah, by the way, I'm married." So,
Yeah,
stuff like that does happen, I suppose.
Don't do this. Don't do this to the people around you. Don't spring marriage on the people around you. Anyway, that's the whole reason I brought this up. I probably will watch this for the simple reason is I hate myself. And that's it.
I sympathize
Chino-
with that sentiment.
Chinoda, what do you got? Oh, God.
All right, Alex, calm down.
Oh, God, no.
Give
Oh,
us a
God.
moment. Give us a moment.
Oh, God.
The rising
know why
of
I'm
the
so- like,
shield hero, ladies
You
and
got
gentlemen.
something worse later on, so.
I'm sorry, what?
You got something worse further down the list. I don't know why I'm going crazy now.
Yeah, really. So, shield hero. Honestly, like the title says it all. That's all. Move on. Okay.
Wow.
So,
Oh wait, I can give you the really quick synopsis. It's an isekai. It'll
oh
be
god,
shit.
Alex, calm
Yes,
down.
it'll be shit.
I I can't deal with
Are you
this.
gonna talk about it or what? Are you just gonna leave us hanging?
I'm contemplating on it if I even want to. God damn
You
it.
wrote
Okay,
you wrote
so
it down, you fucker.
I know. Calm down. I'm just being melodramatic. Okay, so another isekai. Um, except this dude apparently lacks offensive capability, has a legendary shield, and honestly, that's all I know. I've just been told by a lot of people, hey, this is gonna be the shit. And it's a it's a rather shitty world. I'm like, holy crap, this sounds miserable. I'm looking forward to it.
Hmm.
Yeah, no.
So, before Alex starts on his rant, do you want to throw a word in or two?
Mm, I feel like
Just
my opinion on the
saying.
show is very off topic, so why don't you give your opinion, Alex?
All right. Everyone
I
clench.
I mean, it's a fucking isekai. Like, we needed another one of these bullshit things. Like, I don't care what the gimmick is to get me in. Like, and I'll be honest, just judging from the preview, like the animation looks like it'll be pretty good. I mean, the character designs are okay, but I don't care. Like, the whole reason that I'm watching Slime Tensei this season is because it's an isekai. Number one, came very highly recommended by John, and number two, it's an isekai that never takes itself very seriously. That's why I like it, because it stands
Wow.
apart from other isekai. But this, just judging from the preview and judging from the synopsis, seems like it's going to be the most kind of basic bitch isekai out there. I don't care what the gimmick is. I'm not gonna watch this. Fuck off. Done.
Well,
Oh, and of course, the main character that gets transported to another world is a lonely otaku who doesn't do anything and doesn't even go outside of his house. Wow, how fucking original.
it's a tried and true formula.
Yeah, tried and true, meaning I'm never going to pick it up.
It's definitely a formula. I'll agree to that.
Well, okay. So let's get to my very specific complaint.
Oh
with
yeah, I
this
was
show.
looking forward to this. I was
What?
trying to guess what it was.
Okay. So I was looking forward to not only this show, Shield Hero, just because I've heard so much hype for it from Jason and I guess John, and just like in general, it's a very popular light novel, and the premise seems interesting, and I think the best light novel adaptation I've seen is ReZero, so that's like my top tier. That's like the best. Oh, and Overlord, but that's just not the adaptation, but like the original light novel was really good. So like Overlord and ReZero are like my goals, like what I want to see in light novels, and then I get Shield Hero, which is suffering from the same problem in my eyes as Goblin Slayer and as Slime Tensei, in that I don't think. Granted, I have not seen any of these shows. This is just from what I can tell. Is that I don't like. They don't seem to want to be a fantasy adventure in any way. I feel what they all want to be is a fan service anime, and I want fantasy. I don't want fan service. And specifically for Shield Hero, like I'm looking through the trailer and like, you know, he gets transported, there's like the spear and the sword or whatever, and he's the shield, blah blah blah. There's like drama in the kingdom. I'm like, okay, this is somewhat interesting. Like, I don't see any fan service. And then that was only the premise. The actual show is just him teaching a lolly as she cries, like, I don't know how to stab someone, teach me, Oni-san. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Like that seems to be like the bulk of the plot is him just like, it's okay, little lolly, you can stab someone, it's okay. And the lolly's like, no, I don't want to. And I'm like, ugh, this is the most boring fan service I've seen in my life. Like, there was a plot somewhere and then it got lost, and then the lolly came in and she's like, I sell to the otaku, so this is the plot now. And I'm like, fuck you, lolly. And, like, tell me if I'm wrong about Goblin Slayer or Slime Tensei, but I feel like they're more of a fan service anime than a fantasy.
I will say that Goblin Slayer isn't an isekai.
That's true.
It's a straight up fantasy. I would agree that there is fan service in Goblin Slayer in the sense of the companions that kind of go along with the main character. However, I don't really see fan service in Slime Tensei.
Doesn't he become a lolly?
Well, it's gender indeterminate.
Oh, honey. Lolly
literally
presenting.
no gender, actually.
Anyway, definitely androgynous for sure, which I guess you could say is along the lines of a trap, which you can say it appeals to that segment of the fan base.
I just feel like
I don't personally see that as fan service. It's certainly appealing to a broad segment of the fan base. Now, I will definitely agree with you. There's straight up fan service in Goblin Slayer.
Well, I haven't
Like,
seen
there's
both.
literally girls with their tits hanging out. Like, it's not even subtle.
But just like looking at the promotional material, I feel like they're selling it for like, oh, there's all these busty women / flat-chested lollies here. You know you want it. And then that's like the entire tagline for like most of these fantasy shows. And I'm like, that's not what I want, though.
I think that's more of, and you can we actually probably could do an entire podcast on this one day. I think that is more like telling of the industry itself than the actual story that's trying to be told. Like I kind of agree with you. Like, just watching the previews and stuff for this particular show, it's like there was a story here, and then a marketing team got a hold of it.
Yeah, that's what it seems like.
It's like, yeah, it's almost like the story was being written by committee in order to sell as much as possible. And I obviously, when you write something and you put it out there, you want to sell as much as possible, but you don't want to do it at the expense of the story.
Yeah.
And that's what it seems like has been done here.
It honestly does. Like, I don't understand why he took in this lolly in Shield Hero. It just seems like really Deus Ex Machina for fan service, but I didn't even know the actual plot.
We actually should do an entire podcast about that concept one day, about selling based on, or writing a story based on marketing. Because I think there's a lot of anime and manga that do that.
Tune in next time for marketing in anime.
One day.
Let me reread Spicy Wolf so I can get back up on my economics. But yeah, I don't intend to watch this at all.
I would have watched it until the lolly appeared, and then I'm like, nope. Nope.
But what if it was a Shota?
Then okay.
Wow.
But like,
Just like that.
I mean, like a Shota service, like that's the fan service I would watch, but like that's a fan service anime. Like I would watch a fan service anime for my particular things that I'm interested in, but I would obviously I would prefer it to be an actual fantasy. Like, yeah, that's what I'm looking for in Shield Hero. That's
or at least
what I
to have
want
a core that is fantasy, right?
I want a fantasy story.
Good luck.
But yeah, I don't think I'm gonna get one, so I'm not gonna watch it. So
all right. So should we move on?
Mm-hmm.
Please.
All right. So.
Oh, it's my turn. Oh, I just ranted. Okay.
I know that one went kind of long.
I am looking forward to How Clumsy You Are, Miss Ueno, which is a comedy slice of life. Let me pull it up because I am not prepared at all. Though
Wow.
there's not really
so prepared.
that much plot to it. The animation is like very, very, very basic, like almost a sketch. What is this based on a 4-panel or something?
I
don't
believe
know.
so.
But like the animation is super basic, which is kind of cute in its way. It's in its own way. I think the character designs are really cute. And I'm watching this just because it looks like a funny slice of life. It's about I'm not entirely sure what it's about. It's about this girl called Ueno-san who's crazy and she flips up her skirt and the galaxy appears in her vagina. Like, girl, I don't know. That is literally the entire poster. Is her
Be
vagina
honest,
is the
why are
galaxy.
you actually watching this?
Why am I actually watching this? Because the male character, I like the design of
Is it
the male
Shota?
character.
Is a Shota.
Oh, I didn't really peg him as a Shota. I just like the design. It reminds me of Tanaka-kun, like very like he has a blank stare in his eyes. Like that's just the art style though.
Actually, now that I'm looking at it right now, it's like you're kind of right.
Yeah. So I think it'll be interesting. I don't know. It might be shit. I don't know. They made a lot of jokes in the trailer, and I don't know if they were good jokes because I don't speak Japanese. So if the jokes are really shit, then I'm just gonna be like, no thanks. But I like the aesthetic.
Just making jokes, and you're sitting like, ha 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 ha. I don't get it.
Yeah. I think it's about the Ueno-san, which is the girl, is like crazy and she does crazy things and then she harasses the main character. See, there's a thing that I really like.
You like harassment?
Yeah, I
you
really like
sick fuck.
harassment in a school setting. Like
That's slightly problematic.
wait, what? Oh my god. What? Okay, yes, that's my kink. I like to be harassed. I'm an M, you know. But yeah.
I might actually give this a try. I don't know why, but I will.
For the universe in the vagina.
I gotta be honest with you, that kind of sold me.
Yeah,
just finding out that there's an
same.
entire universe inside her vagina. It's like, I'd like to go exploring.
Like you said, these look like middle school children.
Oh my
Alex.
god! I just read that 3rd grade. What the
Oh
fuck?
honey, please, someone send the soundbite to the FBI.
I would like to retract everything I just said. I am deleting the tweets right now.
Oh my
you will
God.
never see them again.
They need to have Ariana Grande's "God Is a Woman" as this OP, and then
Just pull up the skirt and
then you
it
see
starts
like
playing.
Jesus crawl out.
Beautiful. I
That
love
would-
it.
that would
Let's
work.
do it.
That would be wouldn't even know what to think if I saw that.
Yes, it would be amazing.
Anime of the year instantly.
That's all.
That's it. All right then. Shall we move on then?
I guess. So.
I'm ready to move on. Yeah.
All right, good. We need to kind of speed this up a little bit. We've ranted way too much about Shield Hero. So, all right, the last one I want to go in depth on is an anime called Boogie Pop Never Laughs, or the Japanese title is Boogie Pop Wada Wanai. So this is a. It depends on how you want to look at it. Either a remake or a reboot of Boogie Pop. Never Laughs, a series of OVAs from the year 2000. So, from what I have seen and heard, if you have never watched the original OVAs or read the source material, which I think is still ongoing, you're okay, because this is going to be told basically from the beginning, and it will assume that you know nothing. So that's good for someone like me, and I'm assuming you two. I'm assuming neither one of you have seen the original Boogie Pop.
I have no clue
No,
what
we
the
ain't
hell
that
you're even
old.
talking about.
All right, so I do want to go into it. So, Boogie Pop is about essentially an urban legend that tells of a city spirit, like a Shinigami, that can kind of cure people's pain and suffering. And this particular Shinigami is called Boogie Pop. And it turns out that one day a group of people find out that this legend is indeed real. And that's kind of what it centers around, this sort of spirit called Boogie Pop. The reason I'm interested in this, and I've actually had the original Boogie Pop on my plan to watch this for a very long time. I've just never gotten around to it. But one of the reasons I'm very curious about it now is, number one, this is being done by Studio Madhouse, which intrigues me greatly. I love Studio Madhouse, except when they forget how to animate Overlord. Um, but another reason I'm looking forward to this is because it seems like it's portraying itself as like this urban, modern fantasy show, sort of akin to like how Durarara was, and I love Durarara, and for no other reason that I'll give this a shot. It's got like a psychological horror and mystery tag to it, so that's enough to pique my interest.
The trailer reminds me of Serial Experiments Lane. Like,
Yes.
there's this girl who gets decapitated by telephone wires, which is very Serial Experiments Lane.
Well,
Yes.
that's all I needed to hear. I'm in.
But like, I don't think I'm gonna watch this just because it's just too weird. Just like Lane was really weird, Boogie Pop seems really weird as well. It seems very like experimental art house kind of like. I don't think it's gonna make sense. It's just gonna be random things. And like, okay, this girl who is like, I don't know, the main character or whatever, what the fuck is she wearing? She's wearing like a fucking, what is that? Like a church hat, a bishop hat? What the, like a conductor hat?
It looks like a cross between a conductor's hat and like a bishop hat with like jewels and adornments and shit on it.
Okay, just from that costume alone, I know that this is gonna be like make no sense. I feel this will make no sense, and I don't have the attention span for this right now.
Okay, hold on. Let me take a look at this. Now I'm curious.
Also, I would like to point out that the main character, Boogie Pop, is voiced by Aoyuki, who is the voice of Tanya in Saga of Tanya the Evil.
Oh God.
I'm just throwing that out there in case anybody wants to know.
I mean, that actually has... It gives me even more incentive to check it out. So, yeah?
Anyway, I would encourage people, if you've ever been curious about the original Boogie Pop, or you're looking for something that's sort of a modern day fantasy story, I check it out. It seemed like it's going to be pretty deep. It's also got a philosophy tag for some reason. I didn't even know that was a genre. Anyway, moving on. Chinoda, what do you got for your last in-depth one? Oh God. I feel like that's going to be a theme where I just go to you and it's just like, oh God.
It's been like that for a while. So, ever infamous Code Geass movie. Why are we getting it?
Hold on.
Cute.
I don't care.
Very, very cute. I have no clue why this is happening or how it's even happening. So, big spoiler, so
Oh, hold on, wait. Is Code Geass major? I know what you're about to say. Major Code Geass spoiler coming. So please look away now if you haven't seen
like skip 5 minutes ahead if you need to, maybe 10. I don't know. We tend to rant a lot. So as everyone knows, LaDouche is dead, and
Not confirmed. Show me the receipts.
we saw the motherfucker go
it. Got
down.
stabbed right through the heart.
But
I didn't see
there
the body.
there has been a theory that I've seen being floated around where he inherited his father's thing, where he became what's it called? I don't want to say immortal.
Yeah,
Someone help me
immortal.
out here.
Yes, immortal is the word you're looking for.
Was it?
He inherited the code.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's right. That's right. Yeah.
Hence the title of the fucking anime.
I couldn't remember it exactly. So basically, there's a theory that he was keeping a certain part of his body, I think his arm or something, where it would have showed that he inherited it and he's immortal now, and that it was all a big fake out or some shit.
Uh-huh.
I've heard this theory. It's stupid.
It makes sense
It's
to me.
plausible is the thing. So I wonder how they're going to continue on with it if that's how they're choosing to go down this route. So I am actually rather curious.
Lucia. Wait, I'm not. They made a lot of changes to the canon. So what happened in season 2 is not necessarily going to.
Oh,
Uh,
it's canon. Fuck you. It's canon.
well, they changed the canon for this movie. So whatever happened in season 2 is not necessarily gonna be followed up in the movie, which I don't really understand. They went out of their way to rewrite the canon of like an entire season just to produce a single
A movie.
movie.
Good God, I
Like,
am so fucking confused
what?
now. What the
Like, if
hell
they
is
were gonna,
going
if they
on
were
with this series?
like seriously, if they were gonna like reboot and like retell the story, that'd be one thing. But to just change the canon of how the fucking show ended, which it ended really well, like why? Why would you do this to something that's so highly regarded?
Does I want money?
Oh, that's the only
There
thing I
were
can
so
think
many
of.
other ways they could have continued on with it. Is the thing, if they so chose to.
They could have done, like I said, they could have done a reboot. They could have retold the original story from the beginning with like a new studio or like a new animation team to make it like update it and make it look really crisp and clean for modern audiences. And it's like, no, they didn't do that. They didn't try and tell the same story. They tried to fuck with a story that was already really good, and now it's like, no. So you've got like a split. You got a split audience now. It's like you got a group of people like myself and like I think everyone else here that thinks, why'd you do this? It was already good enough as it was. And then there's another group of people that's like, hey, I can't wait. It's the same thing that's happening with Star Wars right now.
Let's not even go into that. Let's not.
Listen, it could happen.
Uh-huh. It's just like what happened with Madoka, except that movie was good.
Yeah, kinda.
That was sarcastic. I didn't expect you to actually agree. But
Well, I mean, animation wise, it was really good.
yeah. I disagree though. I think that they had an opportunity to continue the story. I don't think the story had to end there. I think they could have continued it, but
Without Lelouch.
I didn't know. I think Lelouch should have been resurrected, but I don't agree with them changing the canon, and I don't agree with them making the sequel a movie. Like the movies, I don't like movies. They're too short. Nothing important's gonna happen. It's not gonna be interesting.
Unless
So.
it's supposed to be the springboard for an actual third season.
Oh God, like Legend of the Galactic Heroes.
Yes.
R.I.P.
Except in reverse.
No.
No, well, with Legend of the Galactic Heroes, a series came first, and then we're gonna get 3 movies.
Same with Kogias.
Well,
The first 2 seasons and a movie, and then maybe more.
I guess.
Anyway.
The thing with Legend of Galactic Heroes is that's a reboot. That's like they're telling the story from the beginning.
Yeah, but it's like it's the same concept that like we're gonna try TV. No. Yeah. No. You know what? Whatever. We'll agree to disagree. This is getting too complicated.
Yeah. I will say that one thing I find very interesting is that every single person, or not every single person, but most of the people in the cast have a voice actor associated with them except Lelouch.
So is he dead after all?
You know what? I'm almost thinking that maybe someone is going to be like pretending to be Lelouch, and the only time you'll actually see Lelouch is in flashbacks.
No thanks. What doesn't
That would
matter?
be terrible.
I don't
That
even
would be
care.
terrible.
I
Sorry, I don't care. I love Code Geass. I really do. I loved the first and second season. I thought the second season ended really well, and that's all you needed. That's all you needed.
There could have been more.
I will say this though. There before we move on, because we really need to keep going with this. There's a group of people out there who are claiming that this was the plan all along. They knew that when they did the first season, they did the second season, they were eventually going to do this movie. To which I say, bullshit. That is absolute bullshit. This was never planned from the beginning.
I can agree. I feel like some sort of sequel might have been planned because I feel like with the theory that Shinoda talked about, it's a pretty complicated theory, and there's a lot of evidence in the actual show to support it. So I feel like that wouldn't have been in there if they didn't plan on releasing a sequel, but I don't think this specific sequel of being a movie is what they planned from the beginning, because it seems pretty shit. Also, it doesn't make sense that they planned it from the beginning if they're going to rewrite the canon. So
Yeah, exactly. Like, why would you create a canon and then say, all right, this was planned from the beginning? We got to rewrite what we already wrote first, but this is planned.
no,
That's bullshit. Anyway, moving on. The last one we have in our in-depth is for you show.
Yeah, it's W apostrophe Z. Which
Triggered.
It is slightly better than the title of Dimension W. The apostrophe stands for Y and
Yeah,
X.
why am I watching
The
this?
apostrophe like abbreviates the X and Y, so we're just going straight from the Z axis to the W axis. That's
You
what
could have
this
just
show's
said
about.
the English language, and I'll be confused enough as it is. What do you really need to go on with this?
The OP is gonna be the ABC song, and
God.
then the ED is gonna be the ABC song in reverse. Okay, I wanted to talk about this because it's animated by GoHands, which is, first of all, a stupid name for a studio. Second of all,
I'm glad I'm not the only one that thinks that.
I heard you chuckling. Listen, I know it's stupid, but they did K Project, which was shaky animation, a good amount of Sakuga here and there, and it was a decent story, and that was like their best show. And then I don't know when they did it, but like within the last year, I think they did. Oh God, it was a really shitty show.
Handshakers.
Yes, they did Handshakers, which was so infamous for having animation that made you want to have a seizure. Like, literally the most disgusting animation I've seen in my life. And so this is their new
No, quote
anime
unquote new.
that they're going to be putting out. And let me tell you, just judging from the trailer, it looks like the animation is going to make you have a relapse of that seizure you had from Handshakers. And I just find it so, like, it's like they have a potential to be, I see potential in their animation that they could make really, like, I like the style that they're going for, but the way they execute it, it's just really sad. I feel like they just need a little more talented animators to like polish it up, and then it would be really beautiful. But like, I think it's gonna be really shit, and I just find it they're just such a meme at this point. I find it funny that they keep making shows. And one more thing I have to say about this anime is that in the mal description, the first like 5 words of the description is Yukiya, who is quote unquote, it's literally in quotes, probably 14 years old. Like, that right there, I died. I literally died. I don't know what that means. That sounds so funny. I can't.
Probably is not a defense.
That I don't know what that has to do with the actual show. I didn't even talk about what the show is about. No one cares what the show is about. The show is about some stupid supernatural DJ fights. Who cares? No one cares. All I wanted to say was that this is a fucking hot mess, and but I hope that GoHands cleans their act up, and because I do like their style, but I know that this particular show will be shit. So just wanted to mention.
I like the fact that they're not like shy about changing it up in terms of animation, but they should change it up in a way that people actually like.
I guess they have their own unique style, but they're just it just feels like an unfinished product. Well,
that was what Handshakers felt like. It felt like it was an unfinished product.
They just need to finish their product. That's all.
It's like buying a game that is like half finished and has a giant fucking day 1 patch, or buying anything from Bethesda.
Oh, honey.
That was some slick shade right there. Anyway. I plan not to watch this show. Chinoda, are you actually even going to give this show a try? Please say no.
Maybe. I'm gonna
Oh my
wait to hear
god, what is
people's
wrong with you,
reactions first.
Shinoda?
He has no taste. All right, well, now that that's over, let's move on to a rapid fire round, and we need to actually make this a rapid fire round. So, the first show I want to talk about is a show called Maho Shoujo. Fucking Jesus, Maho Shoujo Tokushusen Asuka. I'm really fucking this up. Anyway, the English title is Magical Girl Special Ops Asuka. Okay, so I want you to imagine like Maho Shoujos, like Madoka Magica. Now give Madoka a gun. That's this show.
So
Now
like,
also make it really crappy animated. Like looking like mid 2000s animation with like character designs that have enormous eyes. Like
Can you really do any Maho Shoujo shows any other way?
yes.
I don't
so
believe this.
But yeah,
Sword Art Online alternative.
I think that's insulting it a little more than it deserves to be
Damn.
insulted. Anyway, like if you're a fan of guns, or I'm gonna watch this simply because it's a Mahou shoujo. And again, as I said before, I hate myself. This also premieres on my birthday. Thank God I'm not doing anything that day. um, anyway, so yeah, it's basically Mahou shoujo with guns. I really wish you could do this concept a lot better than it seems like they're going to be doing it, but that's about it. Anyway, moving on. Shinoda, what do you got?
Yojo Senkai movie. Basically, we're gonna yell out Allahu Akbar, cast
Oh god.
explosion, and say
Okay, well, we
fuck you,
just got
God.
completely. Okay, we just got completely. This is gonna get striked on YouTube now. Fuck. Thanks a lot, Shinoda.
Oh, we can always edit it out if needed.
Uh, Yojo
So
Senki.
the Yojo Senkai movie, I'm looking forward to it, seeing how it's gonna continue everything on, see what happens. It's gonna be good. There's great audio quality, looks pretty, and my favorite psychotic lolly.
Let's be honest. At this point, you're not even watching it for the story. You're just watching it for Tanya.
I do have a special place for her in my heart.
Oh, I think that place is a little further south, but okay.
Excuse you, sir.
Don't deny it. You know it's true. All right, show what you got.
Kakegurui XX, and it's like the Unicode symbol for X, not the letter, because we're special. It's the second season of Kakegurui, and I am this is probably the show I'm most looking forward to. I want to see more girls masturbating with poker chips and looking like they just murdered someone. That is what more could you ask for?
That's
You
my
can ask for
king.
both at the same time.
That's exactly what you'll get. So
I like how I had to explain to you before we started that the double X is a symbol for alcohol, and you didn't know that.
I still don't understand.
I don't know how it got started. I just know it is.
Uh-huh.
I'm fucking looking forward to this. It's on Netflix again. I don't know if we're gonna have to wait 1,000 years for it like we did the first one, but anyway. Moving on. So I want to talk about a show called Revisions. This could go one of two ways. This is also going to be on Netflix, by the way. The reason I wanted to talk about this is that its animation style is very reminiscent of a show that aired last year in 2017 called I say last year, 2017, called Kato the Right Answer, where it's a very it's an interesting mix between like a little bit of traditional animation and mostly CGI. It looks kind of like it's going to be almost as good in that regard as Kato, so it's definitely got me interested. It is an anime original, although it's coming from a studio I know nothing about, called let me look it up, Shirogumi. And yeah, they haven't really done anything of note, which has me slightly concerned. They did do Etotama, which is the most noteworthy anime I've found, and if you don't know what that is, that should concern you too. But it's basically a group of people get transported 300 years into the future to like this crazy, overgrown, like eco dystopia, and they have to fight in these like robotic suits, and yeah. So it could be good, but it'll probably be bad. That's it. It's all for that. Chinodo, what do you got?
Garbage Sensei OVA. I'm looking forward to see what kind of new age bullshit this OVA brings. Eromanga Sensei, if anyone didn't catch on already.
I will say, when this was announced, I was very, very terrified that it was a second season. I'm very happy it's not, and it's just an OVA.
You think it'll be NSFW?
That's the only thing that could make this better.
Oh no.
I don't know whether I'm hoping it is or I'm hoping it's not. I don't know at this point. I'm just looking forward to it.
I will say this, you can easily turn it into a drinking game. Every time the word dick is said, take a shot.
Oh, chin chin!
Oh, chin chin! Actually, we should do that. We should do that for another a drunk cast one time. Just watch Eromanga Sensei, and every time the
Oh,
word
good
dick
God,
is
let's
said,
not.
just take
Let's
a shot.
not. Show.
Okay, I have this shit ass show called Dororo.
Dorito.
No.
Are you sure?
Doro, no. I just wanted to talk about it because if you thought Asta from Black Clover was a screamer, honey, you should watch Dororo. Because, honey, this boy screams like he is giving birth. Like, the most desperate, like, blood-curdling scream you've ever heard in your life. You should watch, you should hear it in Dororo.
My ears are
And that's-
already bleeding.
That's all I wanted to say about this.
All right. Oh, it's my turn again. God damn it. All right. So the next anime I want to talk about is an anime called The Quintessential Quintuplets. This is an anime about a high schooler who is let's say he's lacking in funds. He's a poor bitch. And he gets a private tutoring gig one day with good pay. His pupils turn out to be his classmates, but they're all related. They're quintuplets. And so basically this turned into a harem, of course, as all things in school invariably do. I wanted to talk about this mostly for the fact that all of these, they're called quintuplets, yet all of these girls look completely different. So I'm not sure that the author who wrote the manga that this is based off of understands what quintuplet means. I just throwing that out there.
As long as there's incest, what else? What you don't need to make sense.
You're probably right. One of the main characters is voiced by Kana Hanazawa. That is the one saving grace that will probably get me to watch this. I won't lie. That's it. What else can you say? It's gonna be a harem comedy.
Sad.
That's it. It is. It's the sad state of the world we live in these days.
What isn't
Anyway.
a harem comedy?
Not the Monogatari series.
Yeah, Mr. In Denial, right here.
Yeah. All right, Shinoda.
Furry Friends Season 2.
All right, show.
Oh my god.
No, none of us here have
Damn.
watched Komodo Friends, but we would all get excoriated if we didn't bring it up.
Yeah, this
We'll
is true.
just say that there's a lot of hashtag drama around the second season that
Yeah, it's
none of us
being-
care about. But
Wait, what drama? Why is there drama? I thought this show was chill as fuck. What the fuck?
What do you mean, Shinoda?
I
I
How
don't know.
you-
I don't know anything about Komodo Friends.
You don't know that the director got fired and like excoriated, and Katakawa almost got burned to the ground.
The fuck? No. What the shit happened?
We had an entire podcast where we talked about this. Where the fuck were you? You were on that podcast.
I don't remember shit. You're expecting me to remember? The fuck's wrong with you?
Welcome to, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our world where we have to remind Shinoda to breathe.
It's funny because it's true.
Fuck
So
off.
for those who don't, for the like two people who don't know, one of them is Chinoda. So after last year's Kimono Friends, there was a huge backlash because I don't even remember what it was that got the director fired at this point, but he got fired for, I think it was for going behind the production committee's back and doing shit. And anyway, got fired. And Kimono Friends was a really big anime in 2018 in Japan. And so a lot of people got really upset about this, and like the thing that the director was doing was for the fans, and it became obvious that Kimono Friends was going to get a second season. And then he got fired, and it's like, oh no, we want it back, blah blah blah. And they're like, no, we're going to go ahead with this anyway, but it's going to be at a different studio and with a different director. And everyone's like, oh, we're not going to watch it.
Yeah,
So,
it'll be interesting to see all the angry fans and how they react to this. So
yeah.
I'm ready for the hashtag drama.
Yep. It's going to be good. I think most of the drama will be limited to Japan,
Yeah.
but I will need a translator for this drama. Although, fuck you, bitch, does not require a translator.
Sure. So I'll just move on to what I have, which is does not have an English title and is very long.
Oh,
Do Kyonen wa Hiza Tokidoki Atama no Ue. Period. Yeah, so that's gonna be about I think it's like a man who lives by himself. Oh, he's a novelist who is shy and not good with other people. A shy boy who lives with his cat, and it's just a slice of life about that, which is they drew the guy really cute, so it's basically a fan service anime for cute guys. But what I found really funny about this is that in the trailer, at the end of the trailer, the guy like faints and like is on the floor, like assumedly dying, and then the cat is like trying to wake him up, and then the cat just goes to sleep beside him, and then you cut to him and the cat at the gates of heaven, and then they're just like walking through the gate, and then the trailer ends, and I'm like, what the fuck just happened? I'm so confused. I don't know. I feel like that is just a joke, but at the same time, it's also pretty funny. I might watch this if Crunchyroll picks it up. If not, then I don't know if I'll have the patience to seek it out. But it looks like entertaining in a kind of laid back kind of way. So, yeah.
all right. I just before we move on, I want to say that it sounds a lot like the thing you said about a single man living with his cat. That kind of sounds like the premise of She and Her Cat, which was actually a really good anime.
That's why He and His Cat, the sequel.
Yeah, I know, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I think that if it ends up being like that, it might be really good. But
yeah,
She and Her Cat was a really good anime. It's like I think it's 6 episodes, and it's a short. So go watch that if you haven't. It's really good. All right, so I will move on to
the thing is that when you make it female She and Her Cat, it's a little sexual at that point.
I guess. Okay. So I want to move on to what I'm going to talk about, and that is the Wotakoi OVA. So in 2018, actually one of my nominees for Anime of the Year for 2018, Wotaku ni Koi wa Muzukashi, Love is Hard for Otaku, is getting an OVA that's coming out in winter 2019, and I am quite frankly looking very much forward to this because I absolutely adored and love the Wotakoi anime that came out in 2018. Everyone should go watch that because it's really, really good.
It's fantastic as an anime.
Yeah, this particular OVA is going to be delving into the backstory of how two of the main characters, I guess, met. So that'll be interesting. I was kind of hoping, what I was hoping for was that we'd get a sequel anime, but this will suffice for now. I know that the Wotsukoi anime was relatively popular in Japan. It was pretty popular outside of Japan too. So maybe we might get a sequel anime one day, and just hoping that someone can pick up this OVA, but I'm not holding out a lot of hope. Anyway, Chinoda.
What's up?
It's your turn.
I know. A certain skull-faced bookseller is gonna be having his own OVA. I'm talking about
Yay.
Honda-san, and rather looking forward to it. See what the hell's going on. My God, this anime has been fantastic just off the reaction faces and the memes. It's great. And it actually provides a very insightful look into the well, physical book side of the industry. And I'm looking forward to OVA. I hope we get more of this, honestly.
You watch this show?
Yeah, I actually do. It's actually rather fun.
Oh,
I love that
honey.
reaction. You watch
Oh,
this show.
honey.
I would say check it out.
I haven't watched show either. So I probably won't be watching the OVA. That's all I got to say. All right, show.
I'm watching the second season of the Moros Mononokean, which is coming out in this winter. Which the premise is that there's this like high school boy who is working, who gets into debt, so he has to work off the debt by working for this exorcist who exorcises yokai or whatever, like spirits. And it's basically just like yaoi baits. But the guys are pretty, so it's also very like monster of the week, very atmospheric. I don't know. There's this other show that's what is that show that no one ever watches? The one with oh god, I can't remember the name. We made a joke about it, Alex. Oh,
That no one ever watches. Today?
about
Or-
like it's about a guy who goes around. It's like monster of the week exorcising spirits. No, not today. Like a long time ago. Well, I don't remember the name of that show.
the Monogatari series?
No, it's like no one ever watches it, but we always say we're going to watch it.
Fuck. It's
Yeah,
gone now.
I don't remember that, but
I
like
know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about.
we'll eventually remember it.
Book of Friends.
Yes,
Natsuki.
Natsumi's Book of Friends.
Natsumi's
Okay,
Book of
yes,
Friends,
queen.
yes.
Okay.
Yes, we did make a joke about how everyone talks about that they want to watch it, but no one has, and it's like I think only like 5 people ever have watched it, and everyone else just says that based on what they heard those 5 people say.
Yeah, so like it has that atmospheric vibe of Natsumi's Book of Friends, and like I guess the Natsumi's Book of Friends fan base is also composed of Fujoshi, so like there's a intersection of these two demographics of nostalgia and not nostalgia, atmospheric spirit exorcisms and Fujoshi baits. So if you like either of those, the Moros Mononokean is a pretty good show. I will
Alright.
be enjoying it.
I actually might look into this now that you've talked about it. Because God knows I'm never going to watch Natsumi's Book of Friends.
Exactly. It has
Because
like
no one
100
ever watches
seasons.
Natsumi's Book of Friends.
What?
No one ever watches Natsumi's Book of Friends.
It has too many seasons.
It's like 19 million seasons.
Exactly.
All right, so the last thing I'm going to talk about in this rapid fire round is something that's for some reason labeled as an isekai, but it's not, and that is the Don Machi movie that's coming out, Arrow of Orion.
So ready!
What? Yes. Okay, I want to point out, yes, I know Don Machi is trash. I fully embrace the fact that it's trash. I call it trash myself, but it's trash I gotta have. It's basically an excuse to add another girl to Belle's harem. I mean, that's it. That's the whole point of this movie. You gotta keep adding to the harem, man.
Speaking of harem shows masquerading as fantasy,
Exactly. Like, well, there is some fantasy in Danmachi, but yeah, it's basically a harem. With enough fan service to keep one interested. I don't know why I watch this thing, but I watch it and I actually like it. I don't know why, because Hestia is Bestia.
Hestia is Bestia.
Hestia is Bustia too. Anyway, yeah, I do legitimately hope this gets a screening in the United States. I'm sure that it will. It probably won't be till after the winter season is over, but it is gonna be premiering in Japan this winter. It's being done by JC Staff, who did the original anime, so that's good. Anyway, that's all I got for that. Unless anyone else wants to say anything.
Boob string.
Boob strings. Yes, that's all you need to know. All right, since Shinoda was a lazy fuck and only came up with 4, Sho, you're the last one.
Oh, I don't even know what I have here. Okay, I have Meiji Tokyo Renka, which is a reverse harem. Oh my god, let's mix it up. Something for the girls. Honestly, most of my choices are something for the girls. But
shocking. Shocking. I will say I didn't know girls liked watching other girls masturbate with poker chips, but okay.
Okay, that's like one of them. I said most, not all. Gosh. And hey, I'm sure lots of girls are into that. But that is off topic. This Meiji Tokyo Renka is about, oh my god, it's the most shittiest synopsis I've ever heard. I'm not actually watching this. I just find it funny. This girl who gets transported back in time, and then she is in love with historical Japanese figures, which are also hot men, which they say they're hot men, but they're just like, they're fucking Power Rangers in that, like, there's the red head, the yellow head, the green head, the blue head, all the color heads, and then you have to pick your color that you're interested in. And oh my god, I can just tell that this female protagonist, is gonna be the most airheaded bitch I've ever seen in my life. As per, what you would expect from a reverse harem. And just from, like, the description on Mal, the description ends with, like, questions, like, what will happen? I just, like, imagine the protagonist being like, what do? I don't know what to do. Should I fuck him or him? I don't know. Oh my god, it's gonna be stupid, but I just want to mention it because I find it, funny. Yeah.
Can I just, before we wrap this up, can I just say that what you have described here sounds like the Fate series for retards?
I thought you were just gonna say Fate in general. Is it? Wait, do you have to really append that last that last condition? Because
okay,
isn't it already applicable? Oh damn! Here comes the hate. It was a joke.
It
was a joke.
You're not entirely wrong. Listen, I'm not saying you have to be retarded to enjoy Fate, but I am saying maybe.
Wow.
Anyway, so yeah, that's all the stuff that we're looking forward to, or not looking forward to, as it were, in the upcoming season. Obviously, there's a lot of other stuff that we missed. There's a third season of Data Live. I don't think any of us have ever even watched the first 2 seasons of that show. There's a second season of 3D Real Girl, or whatever the fuck it's called. Second season of Bang Dream, which is the best name ever for an idol show.
Especially for they look underage to me.
Even better.
I will say, knowing something about the fandom for that particular franchise, I know that a lot of those girls get shipped together, which, what else is new for an idol show? There was a show, Girly Air Force, which was the show that Vlad was looking forward to the most next season. Yeah. And of course, there's stuff that's left over that's still airing that I will definitely be watching, and I'm sure, at least 2 of us here will be watching, which is Slime Tensei. Index, the 3rd season of Index will be airing into next season. 2nd season of Ace Attorney, and of course, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 5. And Pingu in the City Season 2.
Oh yes,
and
the most important
Clover.
anime of them all.
And Black Clover. Black Clover is going to air for now to the rest of the time. And Sword Art Online. Let's not forget that.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Oh my god. Literally best anime ever. Oh my god. Oh god. I'm ready to get out of here, though. All right. So, thank you all for dropping it. Let me try that one again.
Please.
Thank you all out there for dropping in to listen to us. We hope you enjoyed it, because we always enjoy bringing this stuff to you. If you want to check out previous episodes of the podcast, you can find us on SoundCloud, iTunes, and YouTube. If you want to keep up what we're doing and have a little more fun, you can join our Discord server, become a member of our Facebook group, follow our Twitch channel, and visit our website. If you have any questions, comments, criticisms, or concerns on this or any episode, feel free to shoot us an email. Links to all of these things will be down below in the description. As always, I have been your host, Alex, and I will see you next time. Say goodnight, everybody.
Night.
That was the most subdued goodnight ever. I do want to say one thing, though. This episode will probably go out either the week of Christmas or the week after Christmas 2018. First of all, Merry Christmas, and second of all, Happy New Year.
Yeah,
Wow.
what he said.
That's so unenthusiastic.
I was trying to get it all in. Fuck you, you're gonna watch shitty anime.
I guess.
Come on.